y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Eboni Harris and I'm a relationship therapist based in Houston, Texas. So today is Thursday, June 2nd. It's around 8 o'clock, 8:15. And I am going to do another vlog today. I guess I should stop saying that because it feels like this is just going to be a thing. So today I am actually finally filming at least the first 3 parts of my course. So I have a 4-module course. So I have the intro and 4 modules. So I'm gonna record the intro and at least the first 2 modules. If I have time, I would like to do all 4 modules, but I understand I might not have time for that because I was supposed to have a in my day pretty early with my clients and then just record the rest of the day. But I did have a client book for an evening session. So we'll see how that works. But I'm excited about that. I was actually planning to walk to, I used to have this cable and there's a store that's probably like a mile away. So I was gonna walk and drop off the box, but I just realized they don't open till 10, so not doing that. So I'm gonna run down to the gym and just try to get my mind right. I love the beginning of months. If you've ever watched any of my previous content, I always talk about how I love Mondays. I love the first of months. I love New Year's. I love newness because it gives you, I feel like, an opportunity to start over. I know you can start over any day, but I do like beginnings. So it's the 2nd, and so I'm going to go ahead and go to the gym, do a little bit of cardio. We'll see if I do some weights, but I'll definitely do cardio, and then come back, shower, get ready to see my morning clients and get started with my day. So trying to get on my stuff, but I stick around if you're interested in watching a day in the life of a therapist. So I'm back. I just did like a little cardio and that's it because I knew I didn't have a lot of time. I needed to clean because once I'm done with my clients and I have my break, I want to get right into filming. So I plan to do a get ready with me for my video next week because I need to put makeup on for my course. So of course, if you watch my channel, you know, anytime I gotta put some makeup on, I gotta do anything, I'm gonna make a video at the same time. So my plan is to do that. I'm about to clean my kitchen. It's not really bad. I just have like these dishes that I need to put up. I have dishes in the sink and I put in the dishwasher and just kind of like picking up small stuff. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning. And then once I'm done with that, shower, of course, get ready for seeing clients and then get my day fully started. I've had this conversation with one of my friends who is also, she's not a counselor, but she went to school for counseling. She's actually in education. But we had this conversation around like what you're getting out of therapy. And actually, this is probably something that's better suited for my Melanin and Mental Health, my other page, because we talk about therapy and mental health and we interview therapists and stuff like that. But it's just something that's been on my mind, and I'll probably present it to my partner. It might be a full podcast in the future. But it's the idea of like the type of therapy that you're getting and what you need at that time. And I'm not even thinking about like, I'm not thinking about theories because I understand that if you're not in the field or if you haven't been in therapy for a while, you may not even fully know the different theories. I'm talking about what you're doing while you're in therapy. And so the 2 options that I've seen, and this is how I come up with my concepts. It's really, like I talk to my friends and we kind of, that's why I think my friends are so dope. But I'll talk to them, especially ones that are also counselors, about like these, or that have some psychology background, about like these theories I have around like, well, I wonder if, and this could be this and all of that. So one of the, I was thinking about like the idea of like content therapy versus processing therapy or deep work. And how sometimes like when I first started therapy, you know, well, not even first started, I feel like I've had different times where this has been the situation. But sometimes, you know, you go to therapy and most of the time you don't even know what to expect, right? If you just started therapy. So I haven't told my full story, but I started therapy while I was in grad school, getting my hours, because my supervisor was like, one, she knew my life story. And while as a Black woman who, you know, has seen a lot of my life, and have seen my friends and other people go through even more, I feel like I'm fairly well adjusted. And she didn't disagree, but she was more like, but you do have a lot of history, you have a lot of stuff that has happened, and while you are taking the steps and you're doing what you're supposed to do, high functioning Black woman, right, that does not mean that you don't have stuff that you need to work through. But also on the other side, if you're going to be a counselor, you need to fully understand what it feels like to be on the other side of the couch, which I 100% agree with. I think no one should be I feel like no one should be doing counseling that's never been in counseling themselves. It doesn't mean that whatever, because that's part of it. Like, what is your theory? What is your thought process around counseling, around therapy? Do you think it's only when you have big issues or only when you're in crisis? Because that's not the case. So, and I feel like it is a thing to try to find a therapist, that you can afford, to find a therapist that you connect with. It is a process. And if you don't understand that process, you're not going to relate to your clients. This is why I get so... before I closed my books, I was talking to my therapist at that time about it, and I was like, I can't close my books until I have people that can take care of these clients, because I understand the process of connecting with someone. They find me easy because I'm on Google, but then they either watch my videos or they go to my page and feel like, yes, this is the person I'm going to work with, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm not seeing clients, right? So I wanted to make sure that I had something available so they can find someone. So anyways, that is all because I went through the process of finding therapists. I've lost therapists that have literally just stopped practicing. I've had therapists move to the other cities. I've had therapists that should not have been talking to people. So I've had all those experiences, so it makes me very aware of how I am with my clients. Okay, so that's the side. But what I'm saying is that when you go to therapy, you sometimes don't know what you really need. You just feel like, oh, I should just talk to someone. And so you could be looking for just content therapy, meaning you're going to therapy to just talk about your life. Not to say there isn't any processing. You are processing, but you're just kind of like, this is what happened over the last 2 weeks. This is what they said. This is what I did. What do you think? And they might help you come to like, how do you feel about how you feel about that and all of that, right? That's more content therapy. I've done both personally, and I've done both in my practice. And what I'm realizing is, while I enjoy content therapy, it's kind of, to me, the easier work to do as a therapist, because it's really like them kind of like rambling about what they've been doing, and then you kind of help them process it. I prefer more of the process, deep work therapy, because just like anyone, if you enjoy your job and if your job is helping people, you really want to feel like you're helping people. And sometimes with content therapy, you don't feel the results as quickly. Like, I've had a lot of sessions that were focused on content therapy. They would tell me what they've been going through. They would tell me about their life, just update me. And I would say some stuff. They'd be like, oh my God, what did you say? That's amazing. I never thought about it that way. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's not that nobody could get anything from content therapy. It's just, I know that sometimes it feels like you're doing more work as you're helping more as a therapist when it's more deep work. So when I talk about processing or deep work, that is, we are going into those deep, uncomfortable feelings. We are sitting in it. We are figuring it out. We are tapping into these parts of us that are popping up that we want to work on. We're really working on the healing process part of therapy, right? Because some of it is coping. Some of it is, how do I kind of manage and get through my day? But then sometimes you really need to get to the healing. Like, how do I heal these things from my past that are truly impacting how I'm looking at the world now, or impacting how I'm interacting with people? And so I love both. Like I said, I do like to do both. And some days I'm just like, whew, I'm happy to have a good content day, right? Tell me what's been going on with your week. How's it been since I last seen you? Give me some stories. And so then we can process that, right? And again, both of them are processing. That's why I don't really like to say process therapy. I think it's more like content therapy and deep work. But there are sessions when people come, they're like, oh, everything's been fine. It's like, all right. They probably hate it because that's it. I'm like, okay, well, let me go back through my notes. This right here. Let's go a little bit deeper on that. You show me this pattern. You've talked about this thing that you want to change. Let's sit in this. Let's figure it out. And so I think I just want to kind of touch on that briefly, because I do think it's important to identify what type of therapy or what will be beneficial to you, right? What do you feel like you need as far as therapy? And it's not going to be all one thing, right? There are some therapists, which I have to be mindful of, because I've done some trainings with some of the deeper work, the deeper therapies. And when I first finished, I was like, okay, I'm doing deep work with everybody. But I realized, one, it's extremely heavy. And I have clients that have come and they have bawled their eyes out for 3 weeks straight, and on that 4th week they're just like, I was dreading coming here. And I'm like, completely understand. And so let's have a lighter session. Let's talk about some of just the content. Let's talk about just some of the stuff that's come up for you over the past couple of weeks, versus getting and really sitting in those hard feelings. So I think it's good to have a balance, because sometimes it does, especially it gets heavy, and then we don't always do the work we need to do in between, and so it just feels like we keep resurfacing those things. So I'm all about mixing it up and doing both, but I do think it's important to understand like what you want. So like my last therapist, who I adore, I think she's a great person, and she really was helpful. I wanted deep work. I don't know if I was ready to go to the deep work, right? So we would spend a lot of time kind of talking, and I need to reach out to her, but we would do a lot of time kind of going back and forth about whether or not it's worth getting into the deep work for myself versus actually doing it. And I think so. I think a lot of that was me. A lot of it was me just being a little bit resistant, being a little bit like I don't really want to do. I need to do that. But I also think that some of it was the training of like her not really knowing how to push me to kind of sit in the feelings that I need to sit in, because there are questions that you can ask that will help make you, okay, I hear you, but let's just kind of think about it, and let's try it, or let me ask this question, and I want you to take some time to think about it. I want you to take some time to kind of sit in the feelings that come up and all of that, right? So I feel like it's important for you to know what you desire, but also understand where you are, because I've had clients that tell me every day, all day, I want to go deep, I want to go deep, I want to go deep. And then when I ask a question, they start backpedaling, right? And that's okay. And that's why we're here. That's why it's called a therapeutic process, because it ebbs and flows, it's up and down. But I don't know. It's just, I thought that was, again, there are things I find interesting that the lay people may not find interesting, but I just think the idea of content therapy and the benefits of that and why that's important, and then the idea of process deep work and why that's important is extremely important for us to recognize. And so that when we're even going into therapy or we're looking for a therapist, we can talk about like, hey, I think I'm really ready to get down to the nitty-gritty. I've had clients that I've seen for years, like 2 or 3 years, and we've done a little bit of deep, but it's a lot more content. And then one day they come and they say, you know what, I realize I have not been doing my part, and I've been I want to go deep, but I keep keeping it surface. I need you to push me. Say less. I am here to ask the questions that you, and it's one of those things where like we talk, they might say, oh, I had an emotional day, and they were having no emotions really in therapy because they were just kind of like processing or talking about what happened. But once we started getting into like, okay, but sit with that. Okay, but stop, because you're trying to move past it too fast. Let's dive more into that. Tears and emotions, but releases and the letting go of things starts to happen. And it's not linear as far as like, I do this and my life is this much better, but you will see steps. You will start to see your mind kind of shift, and how you interact with people are starting to shift. So that's just something to kind of think about is when are you doing the deep work? And I'm really trying, as I do this course and I start getting more into courses, I'm trying to figure out how do I incorporate the deep work into even courses. Because a lot of courses, especially around like life and all this stuff, is like content, write this down, do this, But I really want to work on, and that's a part of this course is going to be doing that, is how do we really sit in our feelings, and how do we really tap into those deeper thoughts and experiences that have shaped who we are, so that we can figure out, is this something we need to heal and we need to change, and we can start that process even if it's just in a course and it's not in therapy. So all right. My time's about to be up, but that was my thought. I'm gonna finish cleaning and then take a shower and get ready for the rest of my day. I'm all showered up. I threw on some hair just because I put some twists in because my plan is to have my hair out for my videos, but the twists weren't straight. I used my finger to twist it, so that means they weren't straight lines. So I just threw on this little wig I have in a scarf because I didn't feel like trying to it has bangs, but I didn't feel like trying to fight with the bangs. I didn't have time. So this is what I'm doing. So I have about 20 minutes before my session. So I'm just going to work on, I was going to try to edit my podcast, the other podcast for my other business, but clearly I don't think I really have time for that. So I'm just going to do emails, make sure I'm ready, like look at my slides, because I don't want to waste time when I'm recording trying to like edit slides and stuff like that. So I'm going to review my slides one more time, just because I want to make sure that I am actually ready to take care of that when it's time for me to do that. And then from there, I will go ahead and see my first client. So I will check back in after my clients. I just want to jump on here real quick. This is funny. I don't even know if this is going to make the video, but I'm in session. I'm done now. I'm on my break, and I put this little wig on as I showed you. And it's funny because I was trying to decide if I was going to take it off or whatever. But I'm in session, and it is sliding back, like literally sliding back. So I'm like trying to fix it. I'm a therapist. This is a video session. We are talking about deep things. And my wig is sliding back, and I'm just like sitting here like this and trying to fix it every time they turn their head. And oh my God, I threw this wig on because I had my little twists and I didn't want to be on camera with these twists on, but it was not good for me. And it's funny because like all my clients are black, and so I feel like I could have been like, give me a second. I feel like I could have, but I try not to like change or shift the momentum. But yeah, my little wig was sliding off. So I'm going to fix it, and then I'm going to go ahead and set up my stuff to do the video. And I'll check back in, but I just had to do a check-in of like, what is happening? That's so funny to me. This never happened to me. I should have secured it. I just threw it on real quick and put this thing on. I ain't trying to secure it at all. I ain't put no pins in it. I just kind of pulled it, and yeah, 2.5 hours apparently was too much. It was too much. All right. Okay, so if I didn't post the last video, it's cool, but my wig is back on. I'm about to do the video for YouTube next week, and then I'll get into my course stuff. So the setup is, I just have right now, my phone is where I record, plus I have my little light thing that I bought, and everything behind me is clean, so we're good to go. I have my computer here because I have my notes on it, but it's really taking up space, so I'm really trying to decide if I want to leave it there, but I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit, and if I need to move it, I'll move it. But yeah, we're going, I forget that this chair makes so much noise. Oh God, this chair, it just makes so much noise. So when I do my videos, I have to like, I prefer by one of my bar stools, like those, but then I have to, it's so high, I have to stack everything else up. So I feel like this is a good height. So I just have to deal with I just gotta not, oh, I bought WD-40. I don't know how that works though. Okay, so that's a no. I just sprayed, it's still making noise. And he had already tried to spray it and it didn't work. It needs to be, and their screws need to be tightened. Clearly should have thought about this before, so this will be another video where I have to kind of try to be still as I record. But I'm still haven't decided if I'm gonna record just the video for YouTube here and not my course, or if I'm gonna move. But I'm gonna go ahead and at least put my makeup on, and then take my hair down for the course, and we'll get started. It's 1 o'clock now, and it's supposed to rain around, I think, 4-ish. So I need to get done because I don't want it to be storming and stuff, because I think it's supposed to rain pretty hard. And I am determined to get these videos done for my course this week. And so today's Thursday, I have to do 3, and then tomorrow I should have to do 2, and I should be done. So I'll do the fast forward of me putting my makeup on and doing the first video, and then we'll see how the rest of this goes. But check back in soon.
Yo, chick, come close to me, close to me, close to me. She ain't going home when she supposed to pay. She ain't going home when she supposed to pay. She ain't going home when she supposed to pay. She ain't going home when she supposed to pay. Got your girl in my section, finna go up, finna go up. She ain't going home when she supposed to pay. Ain't going home, 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 ain't going home.
Okay, so it's after 5, but my 4 o'clock actually ended up canceling last minute, which is fine. So I haven't recorded the last video, but I'm going to do it, I decided. But I was hungry, I was on the phone, and so then I got hungry. So I got pizza. This is, that's not a good, I'm trying to get a good video of it. Anyways. That's pizza from a couple nights ago when I went to dinner with a friend. We went to like an Italian spot, and so we both got, it was a business dinner, and so she treated, and so we each got like a pasta and a pizza. So been eating on that this week, and then it has pineapples on it. I will say that I do not eat pizza with pineapples, but I'm always like, let's just try. And so I did half with the pineapples just to try it. And it's not that bad. They do like a thin slice, but I did kind of pick them off and just eat them separately versus eating it with everything else. But yeah, so I'm about to eat my dinner. I made me a little cocktail as well, because it's
Thursday and it's been a long week. No, I just wanted to drink a cocktail. I don't like to associate my cocktails with like stress because I'm perfectly fine. But so I made a cocktail, and so I'm gonna eat, watch a little TV, and then my plan is to get back to that last one. I was thinking about trying to do 2 tonight, but I think I'm just gonna do 1 because between doing that video I did earlier and the 2 I already did, I already know this is gonna be a long one. This is like one of the more intense ones. So then I'm gonna do the other one tomorrow, and then my last one is more like resources and what to do with the, in the next 90 days and stuff like that. So that one I will do once, probably next week, probably like Monday or something. I'll get that one done because it's really a lot of like going through different resources, just kind of talking through stuff, and I want to make sure I have everything together before I do that one so that I can be clear on my words and what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what I got going on. It's been a busy, productive day. I'm excited. I'm so excited that I'm doing these videos and I'm about to get them done sooner than later. So I will check in once I'm probably done, because after I eat, then I'm gonna do the video, and then that'll be it for the day. I'm going to relax. I'm going to wash my face, and then I'll just get ready for tomorrow. Because tomorrow I have another busy day, but it's not the same because I'm not seeing clients, but I have like doctor's appointments. I have a couple meetings, possible speaking engagement. We have a meeting with a company that I'm so hoping they choose us to fly us to come to their to do a speaking engagement around mental health and race. And so that is what we got. And then we got like another possible partnership meeting. So big stuff for Melanin and Mental Health. It's always fun and a little stressful trying to juggle 2 businesses, but I have a really dope business partner. So if you do follow me, you probably follow her. So if you check out my Instagram, you'll follow her. She is very well known if you're following any sex therapist or anything like that. She is amazing with the social media marketing, and she's a really good therapist. So anyways, I'm just rambling. I will hit you up before I go to bed. Like I said, I need to wash my face, and then I'm relaxing. So probably not too much videoing happening after this. But I'm glad you hung in there. This one feels like it's going to be a long one, so I'm going to try my best to cut it up, speed up, all that stuff, so it's not a 30-minute vlog. Anyways. All right, see you soon. Okay, so I forgot to close out this video, but I recorded another couple videos for my course, and I got some popcorn and wine, and that is how I ended my day. So I appreciate you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, all the things, and I will see you next time. That's all. Bye.